Anthropogenic climate change is now a serious threat to our future on the planet. 98% of climate change scientists agree that something must be done within a few years to mitigate the damage caused by fossil fuel use, or we will be in danger of losing our agriculture, energy, and food security. A mix of new, clean energy sources must be adopted to provide for future generations. Solar power is not only the key to this mix, but it also makes sense as an investment and as a means of reducing electricity costs. Hive Energy is one of the UK's foremost solar developers. We can help you turn an unused but appropriate piece of land or roof space into a high-end solar array, saving money and the planet at the same time.
There is a lot being written about how solar can transform the planet, and solar is absolutely unique. Hive Energy started at the beginning of 2010 when the renewable energy industry effectively started in the UK. There were many forecasts that I'd read at that time that said that solar could be expected to produce 50% of the world's energy by 2050, and that's obviously a pretty dramatic opportunity. We've now been able to help over 30 farmers develop solar farms. In total, that's just over 300 megawatts of power, which is sufficient to provide electricity on a green, renewable basis to over 90,000 homes. We do not have sufficient energy available in this country. And I think there's a growing recognition of that, and a recognition of the fact that solar is the fastest technology to deploy. Typically, a solar farm from the start of a planning process to it being built can be within a year in the UK, whereas a wind farm is at least 3 years. So it can be put in place very quickly, and it is a distributed technology, which means that because solar works very similarly on either a grand scale or a small scale, from a 2 kilowatt installation on someone's house to a 200 megawatt installation on a large farm, the economics are pretty much the same. And so you can put the technology where the electricity is needed. I think communities are gradually becoming much more accepting of solar. Solar has an 82% approval rating in the UK, so it is the most popular technology. And that's because it doesn't make a noise, it doesn't create any glare that's a problem to aeroplanes, it doesn't create any sort of electrical disturbance that would upset mobile phones or hearing aids or any of these funny stories we've heard in the past. People are gradually realising these are all myths, and none of this is an issue for solar. Solar has become a very strong economical support. Farmers, when we talk to them about the potential for solar, tend to identify land that they are not otherwise using.
We took this field out of production in the mid-90s. From then it was used as a landfill site for about 8 years. We tried to crop it, but it wasn't particularly good arable land. What happened after that, we just got in conversation with Hive. We brought them up here, they liked the look of the place. They came back, said they'd like to take the project forward. After planning permission was granted, the panels were installed and they're producing electricity. Finding this as an alternative land use for it has proved a very, very good diversification project for the business.
Solar actually improves the environment it is placed in. We do an awful lot of encouraging other ecology to come back. We put in place beehives, we put in place bat boxes, we put in place anything that will encourage the local ecology.
We're standing in a solar farm on a former landfill site. It's generating 5 megawatts of electricity, which is enough to power 1,500 homes. And underneath these panels, sheep are grazing. We try and find places that are suitable for solar, which are out of sight from people's homes and houses. And as you can hear, it's deafeningly silent.
Hive Energy was one of the first developers in this country to start building commercial rooftops. We are a big believer in distributed energy. We're a big believer that solar should be provided where the electricity is to be used, and so rooftops make a huge amount of sense. Generally, we're offering to provide, first of all, zero capital cost of entry. We look after all the capital costs, so they really don't need to do anything. We install the solar panels on their roof and we sell the electricity to them at around 30% cheaper than they're paying for their electricity at the time.
Commercial rooftop solar is a fantastic opportunity. The process of putting up solar on your roof nowadays is actually incredibly easy. We'll come and check out your roof, make sure it ticks all the boxes, and we could have solar on your roof within 2 months. Following that, you could be enjoying green electricity and saving up to 30% on your electricity bill.
The solar panels are obviously going to protect the roof rather than damage it. It's like having a second roof on top. The power is your own power, so you have more security in the sense you're relying less on the grid, and you're using green energy, which is something that you should be doing. I think renewable energy is the most important thing that's going to happen to the planet in the next 50 years.